Hi there YouTube, welcome back to a new video. I have managed to finish my latest battalion towards my first division of the Imperial Guard, or the Old Guard Grenadiers. This particular battalion is made up all but one figure entirely of elite miniatures 28mm Old Guard Grenadiers. Here's the box. Obviously, if you watched the review on them, you would have seen them before. But I was very pleased with the way these guys painted up, and I do really like these guys. I've actually just last week ordered a battalion of middle guard from them. And it'll be interesting to compare those not only to these but also to the front rank battalion that I have, and I've certainly got no worries about them matching them really. But yeah, I was very pleased with them. They were basically required no clean up apart from just filing off the bottom of their bases. They have obviously still got that little bit of a high base. But at the same time, they're really low profile. They've got small bases. I mean, if I grab an unpainted one, for instance, where are they? Yeah. I've obviously got a bunch of them left because I only have 24-man battalions. So here we go. This is an unpainted one. You can see they've got a really small profile. Very simple. I actually used hot glue to stick these guys down because my super glue is kind of I mean, there is still some left, but it's absolutely impossible to try and get it out. It's not thick yet, but it is like getting thicker. It's basically getting towards the end of its days. I have actually ordered some more, but that's not going to come for maybe up to 5 days. So, and I couldn't wait that long. These guys are so lightweight that hot glue holds them. The only way they'd actually come off their base is if you were to actually squeeze them, and then to actually, that's not really that much of a problem. I had one actually come off while I was basing, and all I did was I peeled up the piece of glue. I placed it back on the bottom of his stand, and I literally just got a lighter and heated the glue back up until it melted, and then stuck them back down to the base. It was really simple, and as you can see, you can still pick them up. There's no worries about them you know, keep coming off their base. I'm sure if you drop them, they'd probably come off their base, but at the same time, sometimes that's a good thing, because if you drop them and they fly off the base, then they're less likely to actually to roll or to bend their bayonets or whatever, or the tops of their muskets or whatever. So let's get into these guys. Yes, these guys took me a long time to do. I think I started them probably around the probably about 2 weeks, I reckon. I did them in batches of 6, I believe, or mostly 6. That sort of process kind of broke down a little bit when I did my painting video, because I actually painted 2 figures within that video, because one of them kind of was a failed take, and I'd already probably done about sort of 50% of him. But when I refilmed it, I basically more or less got to that stage and then just swapped figures back over. So it was a little bit of a Blue Peter moment within that particular video. Yeah, so I was probably doing about 3 or 4 hour paint sessions for a good 2 weeks on these guys. I think it was a little bit of you know, maybe it's a little bit of repetitivity coming in. I'm not like fed up of painting them or anything. I enjoyed painting them, but I think sometimes it kind of, after you've painted this more or less the same sort of figures for, you know, 3 battalions more or less in a row, you do begin to just slow down a little bit, and you find that you might have to take that 3 or 4 hour painting session in 2 goes rather than 1 or whatever. But yeah, they took a long time to do, but I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I'm going to give you the info on these guys. So this is the 1st Battalion, the 1st Battalion of the 1st Regiment of the Old Guard. So these guys are the veteran, the elite of the elite, the oldest and the most veteran troops. Probably the majority of them probably fought in probably most of the campaigns from sort of 1800 onwards. They're probably all in their late 30s for the foot troops. Some of the officers might be a little bit younger. Obviously there was the sort of the criteria for getting into the Guard changed over time. I think by 1815 you had to have I think it was like a minimum of 5 years experience and fought in like 4 or 5 campaigns. It had basically gone down a lot from the early days when you had to have like a minimum of 10 years service and fought in so many campaigns. But these guys, of course, are the cream of the troops that were basically had fought since the early days. And to reflect that, I've put a lot more grizzled looking guys within the actual battalion. So let's have a look at them. So we'll start with the rear group. So you can see that straight away we've got a mixture of black and there's actually a brown guy, that brown haired guy there. That's a little bit rare for me. We've got one old dog in there, a couple of grizzled veterans, and I think one of them's got sort of slightly whited hair there. There's they've got quite nice faces, these guys. They certainly look quite rugged, and they're very easy to paint. Everything on them's clear and easy to get to. So that is the rear company, or the rear left. And we go for the rear centre. So basically these guys are all in the same position, which is something that I don't actually normally like. Obviously they've all got the same faces and stuff like that, but they are just nice looking figures, I think. So here we have again we've actually got 2 guys with sort of grey moustaches in this group. This one's got a little bit darker grey, this one a little bit lighter. And of course they've got their cartridge box detail and their grenades on top of their bearskins, and also the grenades on the bottoms of their turncoats. So there we go, there's those. Next battalion, I've had a resupply of basing and tufts as well in between painting these guys. I'll go into that a little bit later, but in this particular stand we have an extra NCO. I decided to do 3 NCOs up for this particular company. So yeah, the NCOs at this particular time had sort of kind of a red and black sort of ribbon, but I just painted it a sort of dark scarlet, and that'll kind of suffice, because I didn't want to try and put black on it because the bearskin's black. But yeah, got some more grey head guys in that particular unit. Let's go for the drummer's stand next. So here we go, the drummer, you can see has got his Legion d'honneur. Some more grey-haired old dogs. So that is, oh, that's the drummer stand, yeah. Let's move those forward. This is my sort of standard NCO base. I always have an NCO next to the command group. So you can see this particular NCO, it's got 3 service stripes. So he's done 15 years. Has he got grey hair? He's got whited hair. I've given him sort of like I guess a sort of a medium grey hair, and I'm just trying. He might actually have a grey. He might actually have a grey moustache. It just looks black because I've just used a very dark grey. I think I used like 3 or 4 different shades of grey for the sort of grey hair. But yeah, they certainly look grizzled, these guys, I think. I also decided to make their uniforms just a little bit grimy. I know the 2nd Battalion, the first battalion of the 2nd Regiment look a little bit crisper and new than these guys. So that is the NCO stand, and then finally the command stand. Always my favourite, of course. So here we have again my 2nd Flags of War Old Guard flag with a front rank eagle and pole. And here we have the actual command group itself. I'll give you the details. So this is obviously the 1st Battalion of the 1st Regiment of the Old Guard Grenadiers Division, and it's commanded by a Major Loubert. And representing Major Loubert there, we have a front rank officer, because I did a swap around. If you remember me saying when I did my my 1st Battalion of my 2nd Regiment, you actually got 2 of these officers in the box, and I swapped them out with my front rank unit. So this particular posed officer, who is the major in my 2nd Battalion, is the lieutenant in this one. We then have a sergeant major in the background there, so a senior NCO, and of course the flag bearer, who is actually he must be left-handed because he's got his flag holder on the opposite side to most of the other standard bearers that I've got in my entire French army, actually, which is a little bit different. And obviously the major there, I actually made his Legion d'honneur out of plastic putty. Then we have the lieutenant, and of course the sergeant major, who's an old dog. He's got the red, he's also got a red ribbon, and also his dangly bit at the side is also red. Well, it's actually sort of a red and black checker, but obviously I didn't bother putting the extra black in. And that is it. That's the end of this particular look at this battalion. I'm very happy with the way they turned out, actually. I've actually ordered a battalion of Middle Guard from Elite Miniatures. I ordered them early-ish last week, so they'll probably be ready in a maybe a week or two, probably a little bit less. Yeah, going back to my basing resupply, I was basically running low on flock, and I was also running low on tufts. So I had a little hunt around, and I actually ordered some tufts from. I normally go to Tajima for my tufts, but I thought, well, you know what, I'm going to try out a different company for a change. So I went online on eBay, and I managed to find this company called warpainter.net, and they do some nice packs of tufts for about just over sort of £3 or £4. So I picked up some nice 6mm grass tufts and some nice sort of I've forgotten what they call these things now. I guess it's like sort of wildflowers, wild bushes. I wonder if I can find the actual. No, I can't. I've forgotten what they're called actually. But yeah, anyway, that's so new tufts. I do want to actually pick up some more flowers because I'm also out of flowers. Obviously, these are a kind of flower, but they're not quite as vibrant as an actual bunch of flowers. So I am going to pick up some more of those. Basically, as far as flocking went, I picked up another from Luke's APS, some base ready scrubland, which is my staple flocking these days, and I also picked up some. I've forgotten the name of it. Here we go. I'm having to actually dig the bags out of the trash because I can't remember the names. Yeah, this is. I picked up some earth and ground sawdust scatter as well, and I actually mixed the two together, and you come up with this really nice. If I'll show it to you, it's a really nice sort of combination. I'm really happy with it actually. It's a really nice basing material. So I'm fully stocked up on that. I'm not going to have any problems for a long time of running out of flock. And of course, there is nothing worse than finishing a battalion and then finding that you're actually low on flock to actually base them. So that kind of winds up this video. I'd like to say thanks to the bunch of new subscribers that I've got over the last couple of weeks. I think I've got like 5 or 6 new subscribers. I hope you enjoy the content. And of course, I'm probably going to be back. I've picked up a couple of pretty decent books on the Imperial Guard of late, and I might just give you a quick overview of them. One of them is interesting, but not quite. It's kind of strange. Anyway, I'll explain it when I get to the book anyway. And the second book I'm really happy with, and I would definitely highly recommend. So look forward to that little video coming up. And other than that, I guess I'll catch you all next time. Bye bye.